Merry Christmas. Sir, welcome to the wing. Welcome to the wing. That's, your master aren't retired. Your retirement as well. I'm holding out. All right, hey, real quick, and I'll make it quick, and then we'll turn the time over to Chief Sill. Colonel Howard is unable to be here this weekend. She lives in out of town, Texas. Appreciate you being here, Chiefs. We've had some really good commanders, Colonel Reed, Colonel Yearsley. I've been with Chief Sill and the Chiefs for about 23 years, and I've taken a lot from each one of them, a little bit, I guess. A little bit, maybe not so, maybe more from him, a little bit from Chief Martinez, the grumpy side. Just kidding. And then, the Chief Wakanya, Chief Higgins was the chief back in the day, and when I first came in, and Chief Sill, and I can honestly say that each one of them has given us an opportunity, given me an opportunity to learn a little bit from each one of them. The one thing that I've learned is that as a leader or as a chief, the best quality you can have is not to know everything, and surround your people with who are smarter than you. So I think that we have done that. I think you have done that. We've mentored well. I believe Chief Sill has some skills that Colonel Reed has mentioned prior, in that I don't know that there's a person within this Air Force that, maybe Chief Harper, but I don't know that there's another networker that has the skill or the capacity to remember names of people within the military, and not civilian or wherever you go. He remembers their name and he'll say, oh, I know that guy, and that guy is so-and-so. And I have a hard time remembering sometimes 5 or 10 minutes ago, but that's a gift that he's had. He's also has, one of the gifts he's absolutely approachable. And as a leader, I believe that that's one of probably the strongest thing that he's ever exhibited, besides being a leader or as a leader, was his ability to be approachable. Maybe sometimes too approachable. Maybe that's a fault sometimes, but I think that he's come a long way, and he's learned that he can't be so. But he's a big teddy bear. People absolutely love him, and he loves them. But he genuinely, that's a skill set that he has, and it's not necessarily a skill, but he has the ability, and in his heart he believes that he loves everyone he has contact with. So, on behalf of Colonel Howard, previous commander, we want to thank you. And we know you're not necessarily leaving yet, and you'll be around for a little bit, but we appreciate you coming on. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Chief Sill.
Looking out and seeing this crowd and seeing people from my early days in the squadron, being one of Ronnie's Rangers, out at Michael's Field, bringing in the Airborne Rangers, to later being his chief's assistant, moving on. It's just been one individual after another. Chief Martinez, Chief Chavez, couldn't have asked for better two people to spend my time as a chief. You two, Fred would always say, I think we work well together because I'm on this extreme, you're over on this extreme, and Vance is in the middle. He kind of mediates things. And that was a true statement, because there were times where I would be close to losing it, and I'm supposed to be the guy holding it together, and Chief Martinez would be right on my side saying, yeah, we're right, we're going this way. And then Vance would step in and say, let's use a little bit more of a level head and work this out. Being part of the 419 Chiefs group, what an awesome honor. Being a Chief Master Sergeant. Never aspired to be a chief. Remember Colonel Reed, he didn't share this part, but when I took over, I was a Master Sergeant, and I had signed up for the Senior NCO Academy, and I was dragging my feet, and Colonel Reed said, hey, did you get a call from Chief Chitty? I said, yeah, I did. How did you know, sir? He said, because you're going to get that course done. How close are you? I said, I haven't even tested yet, and there's 2 tests. Well, you're taking the first one Friday. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I took the test, and my training manager called me and said, I've got some good news and some bad news. He said, what's the good news? You passed the test. Well, what's the bad news? You made it right on the line. And that was the lowest score I think I'd ever have on the test, passed. And Colonel Reed, in all his infinite wisdom, I went to him and feeling bad for myself and said, can't believe it, I had a 60 on that test. I said, what test? No, you didn't, you passed. It's pass, fail. I don't want to hear another score. And so, therefore, and then I thought, good, I can relax now and prepare for the second test. He said, you and Louise are going to San Diego to be with her mother for Thanksgiving, her mother and dad, and I want that second test taken before you leave. Well, this was on Tuesday, and we were leaving Wednesday. So I went over, tested, and actually ended up with a higher score on the second one and didn't even open the book. So, but that's not to tell the young airmen in here, open the books. I was being pressured by a commander. You know, I just think back to all the different experiences. I've got friends from old neighborhoods, I've got friends from my neighborhood now. I've got one of my dear friends and his wife, Alfredo Vasquez, is here today. He flew up from San Antonio. And for those of you who don't know, Alfredo had an accident. I'm not going to say a small accident, it was a severe accident, when he was deployed to Afghanistan. And Chief Batisby and I spent many emotional days down at Wilford Hall down at Blackland as Alfredo recuperated. And he's walking. I saw him one day in the commissary. They had come up on vacation, and I walked around the corner. And at first, I thought I was seeing a ghost. You know, it's Alfredo. Hey, what are you? Hey! And I didn't want to embarrass him. I said, "You're walking. You're walking without a walker or anything." He's done fantastic, and for him to be here today, it means the world to me. It really does. Those of you, Colonel Hawley. Sometimes I say in his wisdom, he hired me, and at times, but he gave me one of the biggest compliments I think I've ever received when he told me I made two wise decisions in my Air Force career. One was becoming a pilot, and the second one was hiring you as my art. And that just, you know, all the confidence in the world, he's a great boss, never had to worry about where I stood with him. He would always say, Chief, keep doing what you're doing. If there's a problem, we'll have a discussion. And never did have a discussion, so sir, I appreciate you being here too, means the world to me. Same with Colonel Robinson. My arts, I've got all my admin arts out here, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, Shauna's here, and Kathy's here, and Danielle, and Roman F. Thomas. I'm just sitting back going, I can't believe all the people that would take the time to come up here and share their, you know, share their valuable time, because I know how valuable time is, to come up here and honor me. Because I'll tell you what, I didn't have to compete for my chief stripe, because Chief Chick called me the one day and told me, and I had already talked to the commander, and he said, hey, your position just changed over to a chief. And so, how close are you to your senior NCO Academy? And then I got real close to that. I put it on in January, 2 years later. I put the chief stripe on, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I'm glad I didn't have to compete with Chief Johnston, Chief Martinez, Chief Chavez. Mine was handed to, which really, really means the world to me. My family, I'm glad they're here today. You know, you can't say enough about the importance of these guys supporting. I remember a couple of people early on in their careers, they were getting close to the 10-year mark, and they come in and sat down in my office and they said, Chief, I don't think I can make it. I'm not quite at 10 years, and I really don't think I can make it to 20 years. And I said, you know, it's really worthwhile. I said, you need to, I said, if you're having trouble with something to motivate you, I said, let us know as senior management. We'll see what we can come up with. And it was like, no, it's not that. It's the support at home. My wife doesn't want me gone. My kids are complaining constantly if I go on a TDY. And I never did go through that. I've been in his wife, that would always say, Dave, whatever it takes, I'll take care of things. I've got Mark and Lori here today, and I remember one vacation, I was over in Germany, real tough duty, living on the economy, 60 days at Ramstein, and they went on a vacation to California, and Mark and Lori were with them, and I think that was the meeting with the thong. Jesse got the spanking with the thong. Flip-flop. See, I'm aging myself. Yeah, poor Colonel Reed's over there going, no, it's not going to be any of that. You know, the experiences, Natalie and Chad, always been there. I've got pictures with Landon out on the flight line in the cockpit of a C-5. The little guy, he's in there, got my Mickey Mouse ears on, and he's sitting there in the cockpit. I've got one of Caden that's sitting in one of the ejection seats up here at the museum. Nick's kids. Oh, that was something that happened today that really touched my heart. One of my real good friends, Don Byington, he's instrumental in a lot of what you see here in the museum. But Don and I go way back. We go all the way back to kindergarten. We had my Aunt Rita as a teacher in kindergarten and first grade. But he's here today, and as I was talking to him, my phone rang. I thought, I don't recognize who I better answer this one. So I answered it, and it was my son, and he was calling me from Oman. And he said, Dad, just want to let you know I came here today, but my heart's with you. And you know, as a dad, as a chief, couldn't be prouder than where he is and what he's doing. You know, he's serving this great country. You know, you couldn't ask for a better son. Remember when he came to me and told me he was joining the Air Force, and I thought, oh, good, maybe he wants to be a pilot. He said, no, Dad, I don't want to be a pilot. I want to be an aerial porter. You've had too much fun. And so he joined in his senior year in high school, and he's never looked back. And so very, very proud of him. Jesse, glad you're here today. When I left Iraq, Jesse was at the airport, and I received the biggest hug I think I've ever had. As you're leaving, you're not sure what to expect, and I thoroughly enjoyed the time over in Iraq, and really appreciated the same lot. My mother-in-law's here today, and I have a very special tribute that I would like to share with her today, to share with you, if I could. Chief Johnston, if you... I'd like to, today, this is my mother-in-law, Nancy Eastler, and I want to recognize her today because my mother-in-law is a Pearl Harbor survivor. She was 15 years old when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, and she lived on the base. She told me one day, you know what, Dave, I've had a military ID card my entire life, because her dad was Navy. My father-in-law was Navy, and then, like I say, she was at Pearl Harbor. And some of the stories and the things that she saw, I can't imagine being 15 years old and going through what they went through. And but I wanted to recognize her today as Pearl.
He's a wonderful son-in-law.
Again, family, thank you for attending. Friends, Colonel Yearsley, never forget when you put me in that training job. We battled and battled. Yeah, Vance did a kick out of it. We battled, and Colonel Yearsley left the meeting and said, you guys decide that I want that training manager position filled, I want the UDM filled, and I don't care who goes in them, but it's going to take place when I come back. Came back in, nobody wanted them, and everybody was like, I don't want it. And so he walked in, he said, did we make a decision? No, sir, we can't. Nobody seems to want it. He said, oh yeah, they want it. Sergeant Sill, training manager. How do you feel about that? Yes, sir. I mean, what else do you say? And I'll never forget. And with his laugh, he laughed and said, all right, that's good. Now the UDM. Sergeant Lemon, you're the UDM. But no buts about it. You're the UDM. I want to hear it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we filled those positions, and the squadron ran, afterwards. So appreciate you being here. I've served under great commanders, Colonel Bullard. Colonel Pantone gave me a call from Kuwait this morning. Means a lot. Colonel Howard wishes she could have been here. And then Colonel Combs is flying with Delta. So, it's just, I'm overwhelmed with the people who have been here. Chaplain Glenn, thank you so much. I remember when our guys were getting ready to go to Afghanistan, Chaplain Glenn said, Chief, I'm going over. Hey, can I just kind of be part of this? So Chaplain Glenn jumped on board, and we got him all spun up, and he was able to go over and do a tour. And so that was great. Never shied away from any of the wing people. I approached the job as the yard in a little bit different way, because I knew that I needed the help of the wing. And every single person in the wing that I approached, and I would tell them, hey, whether it be Flight Aiders or security forces or Rick Potiker, CE, I would approach them and I'd tell them, look, I'm learning, I don't know, I'm not sure, and everyone would step right up, and that's made me successful, very successful. The squadron members, can't thank you guys enough. My job's easy because I have squadron members like you. It does your heart good when a tasking comes down and we say we need 15 people to go to Haiti, and I've got 23 that want to go, and on short notice. And they knew they were going into tents, one bath or shower a week. I mean, it was pretty interesting conditions, but not a complaint one. I mean, they went down there. One of my good friends, and I want to recognize my son's mother-in-law, Antonia. She's here from Brazil. She's helping out with the family. So the family's spread even further than you can imagine. She's up helping Johnny to take care of the girls along with us. I always tell Louise, they're all grandpa's girls, and same with my daughter's kids. They're all grandpas. None of them are grandmas. But she disagrees. Anyway, with Antonia coming up, she's been a big help for Nick and Janina. We've got, my son speaks Portuguese, and so we had one of our members who came through looking, he was kind of shocking to see what squadron to join. And his name's Raman Badare, and he came in, and so, me knowing so much Portuguese, I greeted him with, boy, tudo bem. And he looked at me and started to rattle off all this Portuguese. And the one phrase I did learn when we went down to Brazil was, now follow Portuguese. I don't speak Portuguese. And he said, oh, that's okay, I speak very good English. And so, but him coming in, he's in our squadron. We have the Paula now from Brazil, who's in our squadron. And I had a neat opportunity. I got to attend Janina's citizenship. And she was 9.5 months pregnant with twins. I mean, she was huge. She misacted later, but she was big with twins, due any day, and she took out her citizenship on this day and then went in and had babies the next day. And it was the neatest ceremony. Well, then when Raman took out his citizenship, he invited me to go down with him. And I'll tell you, if you haven't been to a citizenship where they swear somebody in as a citizen of the United States of America, you need to attend one of those. They're awesome. They're just very well worth the time. And now we've got another Brazilian who's joined, and he's going to be going to basic. And he's already said, Chief, if you retire, you can still come to my naturalization ceremony. I said, I'll be there. So you know, I look over and I just think there's so many things. I know I'm going to share some stories tomorrow with the squadron, but the annual tours, the deployment, thank you, Colonel Bowler, for letting me deploy. I went to the desert and I became the CEM for the logistics readiness squadron. So I was thinking I was going over there and I would have 69 aerial porters and I know the business. And I got over there and Colonel Heafy, the active duty commander, said, Chief Sill, welcome to your desk, welcome to your new job, you're my CEM. And you know what? It was an excellent experience. I had vehicle maintenance, vehicle ops, supply, I had readiness, I had the aerial port, and I couldn't have worked with a better group of people. And Colonel Heafy, truly a people's commander, and he treated our guys every bit as well as any of the active duty. We were one force, one fight. And that was the way we wanted. And he's just an awesome, awesome commander. I've had experience that I got to go to Mauritania, Africa. I've been in the right place, right time. Another thing, Colonel Bowler said, yeah, they want to take you, Chief, go. No. And of course, I had to do the malaria shots and all that stuff. And I was only in country for 5 hours. But it was a neat experience. We took a bunch of humanitarian aid into Africa, and that's awesome. A few of the airplanes here, I was personally on the team that recovered them. Real quick, the B-24, we went out to the Aleutian Islands. The airplane had crashed during 1943 on Great Sitkan Island, and we flew into ADAT, Naval Air Station, and then went out and we took the pilot, Ernie Pruitt, who had crash landed the airplane and hadn't been back to the crash site until that day we walked up there. And to watch him come up over the ridge with the sun and the glacier in the background and the tears streaming down his face, and he said, you guys truly, truly have made me be able to live a dream. I'm back here. Unfortunately, nobody was killed in the B-24 is now on display here in the museum. Awesome. Jimmy Salas, couldn't have asked for a better person to travel with. He's awesome. We spent a lot of time together and, really, really became brothers. I consider the aerial port my family, my second family, and Luis knows how I feel. When that phone call comes in, and you have somebody on the other end of the line that CMSgt Turner that said, Chief, there's been an accident here. We were rocketed. Our guys are all okay, first and foremost. But we've had several of our guys helping out, and there were a couple of the people that were killed, and they were intense at the time. And but to get that phone call in the middle of the night, and then to realize the importance of getting a hold of the commander and the people that you need to inform, it's just part of the duty. And I love it. Louise will tell you, there'd be nights where I'd come home and say, I'm going to lay down for 2 hours because I got to be back up at the squadron because we've got a plane coming in and I've got to be out there to make sure our guys are coming off. Again, thank you so much. Thank you, Knudsen. Our wing commander, excellent choice. Our guys have already, our guys who are deployed, he came over and met with each one of them and in groups as they were getting ready to deploy. And I heard over and over again, oh man, he's going to be a great wing commander. So you've already won us over, sir. We appreciate it. Cindy, when I came to the aerial port, you were one of our admin. And now here you are, the command chief, and very, very well deserved, and really, really appreciate it. Liz and I, we went on several annual tours together, and always had a good time. Liz is so much fun. She's always go, and I'll never forget one incident where we had one of our airmen that got a little off track, and he was looking into the computer on some things he shouldn't have been, and he was on man days down in the motor pool, and I got a call from the active duty first sergeant that said, hey Chief, can you get your first shirt and your commander? I've got to send you a file, and I need you to look at it because they weren't sure whether it was child pornography or just pornography. And so I'm like, oh, great. So I called this and So here's Colonel Combs, Liz, and myself, and watching porno on my and I'm thinking, my first call is going to be over to the computer guys to tell them, hey, I was told to go in there. So, but I'll never forget. At least those two, it was like, they're asking me, and I'm going, I don't know. I'm seeing it for the first time, too. I have no clue. So, I mean, some of the fun times, Colonel Reed and I'll tell you, start as an art under his watch was the best thing that ever happened. Really, really appreciate it, sir. You mentored me along, you brought me along. And one thing I did do while I was on my last annual tour, by the way, working very hard in Hawaii, I was able to pick up a couple of coins from Hawaii. And one of them is an actual bottle from the 735th, and the other one is out from the Bells. And sir, I'd like to present those to you. Appreciate you, sir. Well, I spoke long enough. I do have a lot of stories. I've got neighbors here, you know, Cody and Heidi. I've got my wife's boss and their family who've been really family to me, to Louise and I, and taken very, very good care of us throughout the years. I don't think Twyla's ever forgot one of my birthdays. And it's always around Easter time. And I just can't turn down Easter candy. It's hard. I love candy. You know, the rest of you guys, if I forgot somebody, or I'm just overwhelmed with the people who are in this day. My brothers and sisters. You know, I know Kim's in the back. I got a call from my older brother this morning. He said, I can't be there, but I want you to know my love's with you, my heart's with you. And my other brother's down in Dallas. And sort of won't hold it against him, but he is in Dallas. It's tough. Again, my senior master sergeants, my officers, my senior master sergeants, Rosales, Smitty, McElry, they really showed me a good time for my last name. We really did have a good time. And I even think that the airport there was going to buy us back. So that's a good one. Appreciate everybody. Merrill, a good friend, great friend. Every time that I'd be involved in the Chiefs tournament here on base, I would call Merrill and he'd say, put me in, we'll sponsor a hole. I mean, never ever a hesitation. Loves being, you know, up here, like he and Noah work together in the civilian world, but Merrill is definitely part of the 67. Treats us all very, very well. And when I do the Mount Fort Middle School, we never go and we don't fill every kid's wish. If there's anything lacking, I will have to clear the wrath of Merrill if we go up there without some gift. Because he always says, let me know if there's anything that you can't fulfill, because we will take care of it. And it's the support and the people in the community, my friends, my family again, the squadron, the wing. Appreciate you and thank you again for coming.
We invite everyone, and Colonel Reed invites everyone as well, to meet over here for refreshments. Give Jay the handshake. Thank you.